Hi everybody, my name is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. Thank you if you have switched this video on to hopefully hear some inspiration and guidance for the month ahead, which is March 2015. I feel as though I want to say to all of you, how are you doing? Because it feels as though it's a big month for all of us in different ways, but I really feel as though there's a good 70% of the population that are going through something at the moment which is about endings and new beginnings. And that can be in many different areas of life. I've already seen it in some of my friends' lives in the last few days, literally just as March kicked in. Sort of long-standing settlements that needed to be made have finally happened after a period of years. House moves that are suddenly happening. New opportunities that are coming in, but very much as one door closes, another door opens. So that's really the symbolism of this month, that there is a gateway here, and we really are asked to leave behind old ways of being, old patterns, anything that hasn't felt right, maybe for a period of years, not just months. This is the month of, I feel Metatron wants to say, opportunity. And I feel as though he wants to turn it round, because a lot of the energy and information that's out there at the moment is enough to put the fear of God into anybody, to be honest. And I feel as though Metatron is wanting to support us and help us through this month and make us realise that this is an opportunity for our own growth, rather than something necessarily that has to be forced upon us. And it is very much an opportunity that we can either grasp with both hands and go for, or if we don't do that, it may well be that something plays out in the next few months or year where situations get taken out of our control, if it is something that really needs looking at and needs resolving. So I hope I'm making sense there. I feel as though what I'd like to do at the start here is just to bring in a colour energy to work with to start us off. And I really want to use the gold. And the gold energy in the Metatron range is linked to our stellar gateway chakra, which is actually the highest chakra that we can sort of go to. It's very much our connection with oneness, with the divine, and it's situated above our head, so it's an out-of-body chakra. But the colour is really important, because gold is all about not only showering us with that golden light, but connecting us into our own divinity, our own strength, our own power. And I feel as though we're all going to be plugged back into that this month, and Metatron can help with that. So maybe just get comfortable in your seats for a moment, and before we sort of start the reading for the month ahead, let's just connect into this golden energy. So I'm just going to put it around myself, and maybe you'd just like to imagine that you are also just sitting here and you are imagining the golden light coming down around you as well. And it literally is as though you can feel your feet on the floor, you're connected into the energy of Mother Earth, and you're very aware, Metatron is saying, many of you, of what it is that needs to be looked at this month. It feels as though the ground is a little shaky underneath your feet. You know that change is in the air, both globally and also in your personal lives. And it is as though we need to really have that firm foundation beneath us. So let's just spend a moment before we reach up to the gold, just to connect into the safety of the earth. So whatever is happening in your life, just make sure this month that you have a very solid foundation underneath yourself. Really connect into the energy of this beautiful planet that we are on, and feel her safety, feel her love for you, and feel this place as your home. And also know that this is your home, not just for now, but for the remainder of your incarnation on this earth, and that Mother Earth will always be there to support and nurture you. Feel the earth as a friendly place to be. And then with that energy connected to the earth, I'd just like you to connect up now, higher. And it's as though we are opening up a beautiful gateway above your head, above your crown. And this is the stellar gateway chakra. And it only opens when we're fully grounded to the earth anyway. So Metatron just gently is touching each of your bodily chakras and just allowing those to open. And as that happens, and it happens quickly, we're able to go higher up to the stellar gateway. And I'd just like you to imagine that you're standing underneath a very beautiful waterfall of golden light. And just allow that golden light to rain down over you, bringing in huge protection for the days and weeks and month ahead, but also a remembrance within you of your own divinity, of your own power. And I'd just like you to feel that golden light as it comes down, and it totally strengthens the aura around you, and the golden light also sinks into the physical body, into the cells and the organs that are there, sinking deep into the solar plexus in particular, your power center, and filling you up with that golden light. Let's just spend a moment just being in the energy of that gold together before we move on. The gold reminds us that anything is possible, that we are powerful manifestors, that we are all capable of surviving any challenge that is put in front of us, and that we have the golden angelic support of Archangel Metatron at all times. Just feel the peace that that brings. Okay, and so with that golden energy now just around us and within us, I feel like now I'd like to look at what the cards are for the month ahead. There's one that I've already pulled out, which I will show you in a minute, but I just want to shuffle the pack and get another 2 cards to come out as well. I feel as though today I wanted to use the Earth Magic deck, and the course that I was running at the weekend, there was a phrase that kept coming up, which was as above, so below. And if you look at the picture on the front of all of these cards, you have the tree, and you have the tree both sort of in shadow, the roots going down into the earth, so what you cannot see really. And then you also have the tree in the air. And this really feels like a powerful piece of symbolism for the month ahead for all of us. It's as though a lot of what has been going on beneath the surface in our lives over a period of maybe months, maybe even years. March is a time for growth and opportunity, and for that to really now flower. And that may well mean saying goodbye to certain situations or people or behaviours, but it's only by doing that that we're actually able to generate the new growth that our life needs this month. Okay, so we've got 2 more cards coming out here. And in fact, I'm going to pick a 4th there as well. Okay, so the 4 cards that I've got, the first one that I pulled for all of us is this one. And it's the card of lightning. And it says lightning and power. And it's a very beautiful image. You can see that. To me, I feel as though Metatron is saying to us to expect the unexpected. And we know that at the end of the month, sort of, I think it's March 16th, 17th, we have this exact configuration between, I've just written it down here, Uranus and Pluto. So we have these 2 powerful planets in the sky which are squaring each other for the final time for a few years anyway. And Uranus is the planet of change, the unexpected. Pluto is the planet very much linked into rebirth and transformation. It's like the phoenix that rises from the ashes. So we've got them both squaring each other. Very, very powerful time at the end of this month. And it's literally as though there is a lightning strike coming into our lives. Not to be afraid of that, to see, I feel as though what Metatron is saying with this is it's a bit like the storm can temporarily sometimes be a little bit dramatic, but it's how you view the storm. He's reminding me, for example, in my own relationships, I've always been somebody that's a little bit scared of thunder and lightning, even as a young child. There was a house around the corner from where I lived that got struck by lightning. And I also lived with a mother who is very, very frightened and paranoid about a lot of things. And so I grew up with this great fear of thunder and lightning and storms, and used to go and hide, and still have that to a degree. But yet my child, my Lucy, she just loves it. She's a bit like my husband. They will go out and they will deliberately stand in the garden and watch the thunder and lightning as they're just flashing all over the sky. They have absolutely no fear. So I feel as though that's quite a good metaphor for how we approach this month as well. Do we go into fear mode, or do we actually embrace it and see it, actually, this strike of lightning that may well hit us, as being something that is completely transforming? It's not going to kill us. It's something that is there to light our way, to show us where we're going wrong, to show us what needs changing. And I love the beautiful aquamarine energy that sort of follows the lightning strike, which just brings in great truth and clarity also in terms of the way forward. Metatron is also reminding me about that beautiful peace, that feeling of peace that you get after a storm. And so I feel as though with March, we're sort of building up to this date on the, I think it's the 16th or the 17th of March. And so it's important that we really maintain our energy levels leading up to that, because it's a bit like the volcano that's going to blow, symbolically, and we have a choice in terms of how we allow that to happen in our own lives. And of course, the words that are coming to me for that is it's all about moderation and balance, integrity, taking one day at a time, breathing, allowing yourself time every day to actually integrate what the energies are, knowing that however you feel day to day in the build up to it, this too shall pass. These are emotions that we're going to be riding through this month, which are temporary in nature. They're not something that is always going to be staying with us. It is as though we have this beautiful, great energy coming down into our planet, which is literally flushing away the last bits, the stubborn bits that we've been hanging on to, that we've been wanting to try to maybe make right but can't. Maybe, and it can be about any area of life. But this energy is really about the sweeping away of the old, and it's much better to just go with it. Which leads me quite nicely onto the next card that Metatron's chosen for us today, which is the waterfall. And it actually has, can you see that the words there are effortless? So we have to be a bit like water. So we have a choice, don't we, whether we can be the churned up water that is crashing against the sides of the, I don't know, of the harbour wall, and being very angry and strong in that sense, or whether we choose to be, and don't forget we are 70% water ourselves, whether we choose to be like this, the effortless waterfall that takes us from one place to a new place. So I feel as though the symbolism of water is very important this month. And we've also, of course, got a full moon in a couple of days' time, which is the smallest moon, micro moon it's called, of the whole year, and that's on Thursday. So just looking at my calendar, that's the 5th of March. So again, you know, emotions are always heightened around moon periods as well. So 5th of March, again, just watch your emotions, try to keep yourself balanced. Practice this is a month for actually putting into practice your spiritual tools, the spiritual techniques that you have, all the things that you've learned, whether from watching YouTube channels or through reading spiritual books, from going on workshops, from your own inner knowing of meditating and connecting into your inner self. We all have different things that help us and sustain us. For me, doing what I do, obviously I'm a great advocate of colour therapy. It's who I am. And so I'm really going to be using my sprays a lot this month, because I really find that they help to calm my emotions. A couple of them in particular that are really standing out this month for me, obviously one of them is the Sapphire Divine Peace Spray. So again, if you have a day where you're just feeling really churned up and anxious, and maybe fearful of what the future holds, using, for example, something like this can help you just to calm down, to breathe, to relax. So let's just spray the sapphire actually as I'm saying that. So this is the Divine Peace spray. And straight away, as I'm spraying that, Metatron is reminding me of the message that goes with this that you can find on my website. And he's reminding me that when I made that spray, it was very much about the ability to have peace in amidst chaos. And I remember making the crystal essence, and it was a beautiful sunny day, a bit like we've got here today in the UK. And the conditions were perfect, and I put my crystals out in the water on the balcony, and then suddenly, I don't know, there was a noise of building work and drills, and it was a real shame. I thought, oh, you know, I'm trying to make a spray about peace, and you know, what's all this noise around? And Metatron just said, it's perfect, it's exactly as it should be, because we have to learn to have peace within the sometimes the chaos of our lives, within the busyness of our lives, within the noise. One thing that Metatron did for the group that I taught this weekend was we linked into his lifetimes and his energy linked to Egypt. And he gave a meditation which came through, and which is going to be part of the level 1 training now going forward, which is sort of taking you back into modern day Egypt, I suppose. And it's almost as though you are an excited tourist going to Egypt to see the wonders of the world, to feel that energy. And you arrive there, and actually you're in the hustle and the bustle, and you're in the busy markets with a complete overload of your senses, very much like I would imagine India to be sometimes. I've not been to India, I'd love to go one day, but again, very much like Egypt, very spiritual country, but all this noise and commotion and people. And within the meditation, Metatron was just very easily able to sort of take us out of that and just take us back to the true energy of the place. So into the pyramid, or into the etheric retreat at Luxor for Metatron, which is important. So yeah, the energy of peace, just maintaining that and allowing it more than anything. The third card that I've got here, I'm not surprised to see, is the card of karma. Okay, this is a month for clearing karma. It really, really is. And sometimes we have a choice whether we want to stay in situations which may have been quite karmic, particularly in terms of relationships. It may have been that we have been drawn to one particular person, and we may have spent a long time with them. It may be a personal love relationship. It could be a work relationship. It could be a relationship of some other description. It could be linked to a group or an activity, or very much a group of souls that you've been with, you know, maybe a meditation class or a teaching class. But for whatever reason, the karma card is really coming out here to say that I feel as though March is a month where we are able to release karma, and also to ask for transmutation of karma as well. And Metatron, being in charge of the Akashic records, knows very well what our past lives are, what it is that we have already done, and what we can be in the future. And so this is a month to, if you need his help in releasing karma, to ask for it. And there is no complicated way that needs to happen for that. It literally is about a communication between you and him, where you ask for any karmic contracts that are ready to be dissolved, to be dissolved. And you also do so from a place of love. So you do so from an open heart. It's not about trying to just release yourself from some awkward contract and that you're finding difficult in life at the moment. It's about, if you have come to the end of a path with a certain situation or person, to ask for the highest good of both of you or both parties, for you to be able to move on and for that karmic contract to be released. So again, there's a lot going on with karma this month. The card also, of course, talks about DNA. Sometimes in fact, all of the time, when we're working with colour, which effectively is light, what we're really dealing with is high vibrations that are coming into the body through the higher chakras, because Metatron brings it in from the higher chakras through the body. And it's really interesting, having just come from teaching a group of people, because I heard what I often hear when I'm teaching people how to heal with Metatron's energy, which is that unlike something maybe like Reiki, which can have more of a steady pulse to it, a heat to it, the Metatron energy tends to come in more like a vortex. So it comes in more like what we've got here in this picture, basically. It's like the swirling, this is like the Kundalini snake that we can see here, which is coming up. But that would very much be something which Sandalphon is helping with. But with the Metatron energy, it's about coming downward into the body. And so again, if you are using colour this month, and I would encourage you to do that, I would ask you to imagine that it's spiralling down through you, cleansing your DNA, but also evolving it to the next stage of your life. Because it feels as though we are very much like the snake this month, actually. We're actually in a process of shedding our old skins. And we shed our old skins knowing that a new one is going to form, which is going to be better and more sustaining for us. So let's just do that now. And I feel as though to demonstrate that, I'm going to bring in the lime green energy. This is actually the heart spray. It's the new heart spray that I made recently. But as I always say on these videos, and I always say in my teaching, these sprays are multifunctional. So just because this is for the heart, you can also use it for many other reasons. Green is about growth and new beginnings at the end of the day. So I feel as though the green energy is very, very important for all of us this month, because this is not a month really for staying still and stagnant. It is a month of movement and action at your own pace and in your own way. So let's just see how the green energy can help us with that. So I'm just going to take my glasses off again, because those of you that wear glasses, it's also just to say that obviously these contain essential oils, so it's sometimes better just to take your glasses off so they don't get covered in them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray the green energy over my crown, and I'm going to be imagining that it's coming down and spiraling through my body. And I'm just going to take us all through that. So maybe just get comfortable in your seats. We already have that firm foundation into the earth. And I'd now like you to imagine this beautiful lime green energy showering down through the crown chakra. So your crown chakra is opening up to receive this vibrant, alive energy of the lime green. And as it starts to enter the crown, it starts to just very gently and in its own way rotate and spiral down through the body. So you can feel this refreshing, clearing, cleansing energy flowing down through your crown, through the third eye, bringing new sight, new ability to be able to see life in a different way, to also be able to see beyond where you are now if you are stuck, to be able to see another life, another possibility for you. Allow that lime green energy to soak all the way down the back of your head, into the base of your skull, over your shoulders, taking away all of the stresses, all of the burdens, all of the worries, all of the fear. The lime green energy going through your head and through your shoulders, taking away all the questions and worries, just bringing in that assurance of new life. Lime green energy now flowing down to our higher heart and our throat, igniting our powers of communication, being able to communicate in a new way with truth and integrity, giving another burst of the lime green energy straight into the throat, breathing that in, taking it into the lungs, feeling the relief of that green energy as it flows through the body. Now coming down into the heart, totally soothing and calming the heart, regulating the heartbeat, soothing and healing any old past pain, holding and supporting you if you are going through painful experiences now. Again, another beautiful boost of the lime green energy into the heart. Take it all the way through to your back. Let it radiate out of your back also. Take the lime green energy down into your solar plexus and your sacral. New life into your core, new life into your sacral. Again, supporting you with any trauma, any difficult situation you have at this time, just allowing the lime green energy to come in and offer you new insight, new ways of dealing with things. Feeling Metatron's love for you as it flows now down through into the base chakra. And it's as though we're being shown the first buds of spring coming up this month. Despite anything that's going on around us, we have new life coming through. Seeing spring flowers of snowdrops and tulips and crocus. Flowing down now the green energy into your hips, into your knees. Allowing them to make your knees more flexible so you can move with flexibility this month. Moving forward, taking it down into your ankles and your feet. So you just have this beautiful flow of lime green energy swirling through you, cleansing, renewing, and now also bringing in an upgrade of DNA energy wherever it is needed within you, knowing that Metatron knows what he is doing, and wherever that upgrade or repair of DNA is needed, it happens now. And as those DNA changes start to take shape and form, realize also that you are changing the DNA patterns of past generations and future generations. This is about evolving, gaining more spiritual insight, wisdom, light. Your cells being able to hold more light this month to cope with some of the darkness that is around. Truly, you are a pillar of light and a generator for that. Just take that truth into your cells. And with that knowingness, you just open your eyes and you can just feel the freshness of that energy now within you and around you. I can really feel it myself. It's beautiful. The fourth card I picked, which I haven't referred to yet, is this one, which is the Mountain, Strength. Okay, so it's as though when we have completely renewed ourselves and filled ourselves up with that beautiful lime green, we're reminded we are the mountain. You know, there is that mountain in the picture has withstood everything that has been thrown at it. I might have said that before in other videos, I feel I have, but it is the truth. And it is forever pointing upward to the sky, to the connection, to the wider universe. It's also a symbolism for us connecting into our higher selves this month, for allowing Metatron is known as the tallest angel, and we've got here a beautiful tall mountain. It's almost by integrating and asking for his help this month, he helps us to stand tall like a mountain. But it's not a spindly mountain, it's a mountain which has got huge, great foundations. And it's also, he's telling me, a mountain range. So it's not that you are on your own having to be a mountain. It is that actually you look around you and you see other light beings, you see other people in our fellow community here, our Metatron community, who are all doing the same, who are all stepping into their power, whatever that means, in different ways, and starting to fulfill who they are and are meant to be in this lifetime. I'm going to pull another card here from a different deck. And I've got the Sandalphon card. Love. Okay. Sandalphon kept pushing his way into the workshop this weekend, which is a Metatron workshop, which is no surprise. They go together all the time. Sandalphon coming in here to remind us that love heals everything. So even if you have difficult situations to face this month, you do it from a loving place. You do it with the energy of love. And also, very much like in this picture, reminding you, whatever you're facing, there is this beautiful supply of love for you from the wider universe at all times. All you actually have to do is open your heart to receive it. Okay, I'd like to end by using this spray, which is the Joy spray. And it felt like it really needed to be joy rather than the new Dawn, although you can use that if you've got it as well. I'm not quite even sure why, so let's just spray this one, and I just want to see what Metatron has to say to us through the Joy spray. The energy of joy, the vibration of yellow and gold. Don't fear this month. Don't fear the energy of change and transformation. It is there to help you grow and shine. It is there to lead you on to happier times. Into every life, some rain must fall. So even if we have some rain falling in our lives this month, know that the sunshine comes out again, that happiness awaits. This is a month for having some courage, strength in our own convictions, belief in what we hold true. Know that there are many in the angelic kingdom that are willing us on, supporting us, loving us, also helping to shine a light onto situations in our life that need illuminating, so that we cannot ignore them anymore, so that they can be illuminated. And if change is needed, change can come. The sunshine that follows, the events, the days, the energies of this month will be worth any difficulty or challenge that is faced. There is nothing to fear. You are held, you are supported, and you are loved. And we encourage you to shine on. I think that's it for this video. 33 minutes and 33 seconds. So we're sort of ending also with the beautiful Christ energy as well. Thanks very much. If I need to, I'll make another video at some point in March. But for now, I feel as though Metatron is really just assuring us that all is well, to have a bit of conviction and strength and courage this month, to know that all is well, and that we will make it out the other side. Okay, lots of love, everyone. Bye for now.